What I do want to jump to now is our ranking of the top 5 legacy sequels of all time. I kind of sprung this one on Ricky Flicks. It's something I was thinking about after looking at Twitter today. People were kind of chiming in. We put up a poll asking what's the better legacy sequel in recent history. We talked about Creed versus Top Gun Maverick. I'm going to list a few here, Ricky Flex. And I think there's 6 really good ones that deserve to be like brought up in this discussion. There's also a few that are just you roll your eyes at that have happened recently. So I'm just going to list like some of the more recent ones. So we had Creed, 2015 movie. Okay. Sort of a spin-off, okay, obviously, but you still have the return of Sylvester Stallone as Rocky. You got Mad Max Fury Road, what was that, 2018? What was Mad Max Fury Road?
2016.
2016. And then going like Blade Runner 2049, 2017 from Denis Villeneuve, Space Jam 2, New Legacy. Also,
Get out.
Yep.
Get out.
Deleted. It's on there. Next one, Tron Legacy. Also directed by Joseph Kosinski, which him honoring like older performances, older movies, also like doing Top Gun. Like I think it was actually a really great fit. I think Tron Legacy is not going to make the list though. I'll tell you that. I think it's good that we just knock out a couple here. You want me to keep it until I read the rest of them?
Nope, it's gone.
I also have Star Wars: The Force Awakens as a legacy sequel. Along with that, the 2015 movie, by the way, Jackass Forever. I have on here recent history. Legacy sequel. I actually haven't seen it, so I'm just going to take it off the list. Have you seen it yet?
No, but Jackass can't be a part of this.
Come on. I also have Color of Money. Thinking about Paul Newman.
This is the one I was going to like
1986.
This is the one I was going to fight for.
Color of Money's on here, and then I have a technical one where it's sort of a legacy sequel, but it's not at the same time, and that is Spider-Man No Way Home. Does that count as a legacy sequel? Because you're continuing the legacy of 2 different Spider-Man coming into the MCU, which they've never been a part of, but at the same time, it's the 3rd movie in the MCU trilogy for Tom Holland. This, I think, like you could put an asterisk next to this one.
I would not include it because I think this is a Tom Holland movie. It's part of his trilogy.
Honorable mention.
And I think the other ones are cameos.
Cameos? Come on. They were in more of the movie than you expected. They were in like half the movie.
Okay, not cameos. Glorified cameos. What do you want to say? Like Les Grossman type vibes, Tropic Thunder. I can't solidify that.
All right, we'll put it as an honorable mention.
But
so I think
it's close.
The ones that are on the short list, I would say Creed, Fury Road, Blade Runner 2049, Top Gun Maverick, Force Awakens, Color of Money, Tron Legacy. That's 7 movies. We just got to get it to 5 and then rank them. So Tron Legacy, in my opinion, out.
See you later.
Tron Legacy gone. Moving along.
We didn't mention Bill and Ted, by the way.
I haven't seen it. Have you seen that one?
Not everything, but it's not that bad.
The thing about that one is like it came at a time where like it was never going to be in theaters, like heart of the pandemic.
You're right.
It deserves to be mentioned though. That's a good pull by you.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just thinking about.
I feel like Matrix Resurrections is also a legacy sequel.
Yeah. No. Oh God. Yeah. You're right.
Crossed off.
But yeah, I think all our listeners know that we don't love that movie, so that's gone.
All right. So
I'm just thinking. I can't think of any other ones right now, but I think that our list, to be honest, if I think of any other ones, it won't be as good as this list because this top 5 will be awesome.
It is going to be an excellent list. Okay. So let's get to maybe is it easier to start at 1? What do you think's the best? Because to me, it's a 3-horse race.
I think it's a 2-horse race for number 1. What do you think?
I think Fury Road is number 1.
So, but for me, it's.
But actually, I'm taking that back because when you think of legacy sequel, part of it's like tributes to the original. The original, I didn't know very well with Mad Max. So I saw Fury Road. It's great standing alone. But in terms of like paying homage, I don't have that at number 1. I take that.
Okay. Back. I'm glad you said that because that's my dilemma right now. So what I think is close. I think Blade Runner 2049. I think that could be a better movie than like a year ago. I would not have said this, or a year and a half ago, I would not have said this. But now that I've rewatched both movies multiple times over the past year, I might say 2049 is better than Mad Max Fury Road. I might say that.
Wow.
I really don't want to, but what is this draft? This is legacy sequels. right? And I think that does a better job than Mad Max Fury Road in that regard.
Okay. So I think also that has the homage and the tribute. Harrison Ford makes.
He's in the movie. Yeah,
You
you're
talk
right. You're
well.
right.
You talk about glorified cameos. I would argue that Tom Holland and excuse me, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire more screen time than Harrison Ford in
You're right.
Blade Runner. But let's
No,
continue.
you are right. You are right.
But to me, I think getting Fury Road out of the number one contender, I think Creed definitely has a case alongside Blade Runner 2049. Creed had more of a cultural impact when it was released. It spawned another sequel. Okay, a third one is still on the way. Jonathan Majors playing the villain opposite of Creed. Stallone still in the Rocky role.
Oscar nom
Creed 3
and Creed.
got him the Oscar nom. Made like Michael B. Jordan a household name, like based on that movie. So I think Creed is up there. I think personally, I would go Creed like 1. And we also have to and we have to include like Top Gun Maverick in this conversation. Is Top Gun Maverick vying for the number one spot?
For me, no. For me, it doesn't vie for the number one spot. And I think it goes back. I think it's more of a competition between that and Creed, somewhere other like a different part of the list. Just to go back to your point, you think Creed might be number one, but at the end of the day, it's like, all right, we got to factor in like, all right, how much are we factoring like paying homage or impactful for the first one versus like just what's the better movie?
Yeah,
like,
so I don't think it's just the conversation of a better movie. It's like a legacy sequel.
I think it should be a combination.
Yeah, no. So a legacy sequel, like the whole point of it is like you have older actors returning to roles, and also like you could say like Jurassic World Dominion, like it's a potential list on this eventually.
That's also another one, but I wouldn't say that.
But like to me, it's got to be how well did it pay tribute to a well-known first film, and I could like first of all. Force Awakens is making this list. I'll fight you on that. Force Awakens is definitely making this list.
Let's walk through it. But what I'm just trying to say is, going back to the original point, is that, by the way, Jurassic World, what I meant was, like, yes, that is a legacy sequel, but I don't think it makes this list. That's what
we still have to knock off one more because we have Creed, Fury Road, Blade Runner, Force Awakens, Color of Money, and Top Gun Maverick. Color of Money's out of here.
Wrap.
Color of Money's gone.
All right. Can I say something?
Yes.
Sadly, you're right. But it's only because The Hustler, 1961, so old and unappreciated, it cannot even be considered compared to Top Gun Maverick, Creed, and all these other names. So it's got to go just based off of that. But it does pay homage what we're talking about. And the guy, Paul Newman, won the Oscar for this legacy sequel. So if we're going off of those rules, this should be in the top 5. But I think for this podcast, what we consider, it shouldn't be.
This is the hardest top 5 I think we're ever going to have to do. This is insane. Creed, Fury Road, Blade Runner, Force Awakens, Top Gun Maverick. That is so hard. Maybe we say, like, what's the weakest one here? What's the weakest one here? And I think at first glance at a movie, you would immediately say Force Awakens. Okay?
I'm glad you said that because I completely agree.
So let's just lock it in. Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and number 5.
Thank you.
So we have one down. Although I would argue that one pays tribute to its predecessor better than all of these movies.
Well, it's a clone of A New Hope. So you could say it does is actually number 1. But
it's too much copy and paste.
Thank you. Again, I think we're on the same.
But I love it. I'm a huge Force Awakens guy. Movie made me think like, okay, Disney might have something special. They might know what they're doing with Star Wars.
We're cooking.
But then Last Jedi, like, divided fans, and then Rise of Skywalker, they just like threw in the towel. Kenobi, though, check out the breakdown coming later this week. So Star Wars Force Awakens at 5. We are now down Creed, Fury Road, Blade Runner 2049, and Top Gun Maverick. Personally, I think Blade Runner should go, crap. Tough.
You hold your tongue for a second there. If you're
These are all top 5. These are all amazing movies.
Let me help you out.
You think Maverick? You're going to put Maverick.
This is a decision between Maverick and Creed. The other two are just so far superior in movies that you cannot in any way
Fury Road,
put them at 3.
I didn't even know Mad Max was a franchise before like 2015. I didn't even know.
But okay, you're right. Okay, again, goes back to what my original thing was that how much are we weighing paying homage? How much are we weighing like to the actual like paying homage to the original? That's the
It's a mix. That's what
real.
I'm saying. So we're
So
dealing with
all right, all
amazing
right.
movies.
I am okay. Fine. This is gonna look bad on the graphic, but if you want to do this, I'm okay if you put Mad Max here. But if you put Mad Max here, I don't want to spoil the rest of this, but I demand I will have a demand for later in the draft or
Well,
later.
Blade Runner, I think, should be ahead of Mad Max. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yes,
Like Blade
and
Runner should be
I think that as
because
well.
like they're both incredible visual movies. Incredible.
Yes,
But cultural impact, I mean, Fury Road kicks Blade Runner's ass. Like people at the time when Blade Runner came out, people did not
sadly,
care.
yes.
Like, people
I
just did
agree.
not go see it. Even though like Denis Villeneuve, okay, saw like his capabilities, what he's done
Slow
with Dune.
burn, yeah.
I think I think we should go Fury Road as the next one.
I'm okay with that.
And we can edit the list afterwards and we discuss.
We'll revisit, but I'm okay
Mad
with
Max
it.
Fury Road. In terms of legacy sequel, not just as a sole movie. Next up, okay, we have Creed, Blade Runner, Maverick.
Again, I think Blade Runner is a clear one out of these three. I really do. Like
No one saw that movie. Though.
I don't care. Doesn't matter how many people see it.
It does
it's about
matter.
that movie.
For a legacy sequel to follow up like a original movie,
And
does
it was
matter.
better.
People didn't care.
I care, and I think people care now. It's just that it took a little while. It took like a year.
Okay, so if you want to just weigh like best movie, we could like the list. I guess to me, this is like,
but like, again, like, all right, you know, a big difference between these is that Creed and Top Gun are more like, oh, passing the torch. Blade Runner is like continuing the actual movie, continuing the story. You could make that argument and say, oh, I'd rather have that. You're continuing a story. That's an actual sequel.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're doing here. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
no, I'm just saying, like the other two are like more like, oh, like Maverick. Like, yes, that is it's still like Top Gun Maverick is about Maverick. Yes, but like at the end of the day, he's not in Top Gun. He is the instructor. Whatever. I'm just trying to make a point here that it's just like, and Creed, obviously, Sylvester Stallone is the instructor as well in a way. So he's not actually the star in that either. So
fine.
I'm just saying.
Here's the deal we're gonna make. If you get Blade Runner at number 1, I'm picking where Creed and Maverick go.
Done.
Fine. Have your way.
Blade Runner is just so much better, and it's also a good legacy sequel.
Aged well. I'll tell you that it has aged well,
but it's a good sequel. It's an actual sequel, and not just legacy. It's a good sequel.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I like Blade Runner 2049 is an awesome movie, but I
do understand your point. No one saw it, but I think people by now have seen it and they appreciate it now.
Yeah, for the most part. And I think it's a great movie. I'm just thinking about like a lot of these movies.
So if it was before we make a finalized list, what would you pick at number 1?
Top Gun. I'm gonna say it at number 2. Creed 3. Top Gun, I think, is such an improvement from the original film. It's still centered around with the main character. It's expanding like this world or whatever you want to call it, this universe of Top Gun. I hate that I said that about Top Gun, but it's true. But he's still the guy. Then it has, I don't know. I feel like Creed, it's got Apollo connections from the first 3 movies, but it also is Sylvester Stallone, Oscar nominated. I think it's so early with the Top Gun discussion. Now I'm second guessing myself. Damn it.
Okay.
I want to say Top Gun, then Creed, then Blade Runner number 1. Just because it's so early for Top Gun Maverick, I reserve the right to change my slots upon a year from now when I can assess the movie afterwards.
To help you out,
tell me.
To help you out with this,
it's the worst.
Creed, I think there's a clear iconic moment in that movie, and it's in the AMC Nicole Kidman preview every time you go see a movie. So Top Gun is too early, in your words, too early to claim an iconic moment. I think that just goes to your argument saying,
I think we flip a coin. I don't even freaking know.
Well, okay.
This is tough. And I'm sick of talking about it because I don't know.
I would say Creed over Top Gun too.
I think it's too early for Top Gun. It's too early to just say it's like a top 5. We're putting it ahead of like Mad Max and Mad Max.
But for the draft for this, it makes sense. It makes sense.
The important part is that we know how to define what it's like. This is. It's not best movie. It's the best legacy sequel, and it takes in multiple things into account. All right. So, list before we finalize. Spider-Man No Way Home, honorable mention, but off the list. Number 5, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Number 4, Mad Max: Fury Road. Number 3, Top Gun: Maverick. 2, Creed. 1, Blade Runner 2049. I think it's strong. I'm never going to be satisfied with this list, but I think it's strong. I think it's strong. What do you think of the list?
To be honest, I actually think we've solved it. I think we solved it. I do think Top Gun Maverick easily deserves to be in the top 5, but I think your point is as in too early is the proper take. We can't put it at 1 or 2. That's just like
I'm sweating. I'm like literally stressed out for making that list.
Biased. We can't be doing that.
Yes, that is definition of recency bias. I see a lot of recency bias going on Twitter right now, and I think we can't get caught up in the hype. I would love to see the interactions of all the listeners. So when this graphic gets put out of the top 5 legacy sequels, chime in and if we miss something somehow, let us know.
And I will say The Color of Money is more of an honorable mention than No Way Home. I'll say that now.
Okay. You can have your way. You did pick it on your Tom Cruise Rolls draft. You can check that out on the drive-in feed. You could also check out our throwback review of Top Gun if you want to compare the two movies upon listening to this.